A.
N.
That's it.
A.
E. Ma.
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 Me.
Me.
E.
So, starting the new Yiddish course today. First day of it being open to us. And welcome back to Language Institute. I'm your VerbAlly. So, here on Twitch, we're trying to learn everything that they teach. Bit by bit, day by day. The hashtag I use is all the languages. Let me draw your attention to our homepage at Lango, languageinstitute.com. You can look for our books up here. Oh, didn't get that ready yet. They are wonderfully illustrated by Fairy Yu, a Dallas artist. We've got 2 of them, and a 3rd is in the works. Books here, /books. The first one's called Some Fun, and here's the cover of it. And the languages that you can study with us are English, Korean, Spanish, Chinese, French, German, Japanese, Portuguese, and Italian. And we've offered workshops on phonetics from time to time. Meetup is a good place to look for us. We do lots virtually these days. All right, but we're here to learn. So I'm not taking Levi's advice to just test out of the letters. We've learned a bit of Hebrew together here on stream. This uses the Hebrew alphabet, but it sort of adapts it. It repurposes some of the consonant letters to write vowels, it seems. And I do want to make sure I understand all the details. So the very first bit with the where it's underlined, that's already new to me. I don't know that usage. So I'm just going to zip on through these letters ones. Maybe a bit boring. I hope. And by request, we're also going to be doing today. Oh, I didn't get that ready either. We're going to be doing Yiddish, and Hebrew, which uses the same writing system, but is linguistically not related. And we're going to do Standard German at least. See what else the evening brings. Today is the 5th. So.
B.
B.
Ra. Ba. Mo.
Okay, so new vowel dropped. The one that looks like a Korean U symbol is O.
Mo.
And noteworthy that it's a short syllable to me. German and Dutch, you couldn't have that. Standard German.
Lemel.
Lemel.
La.
Oh man. Okay, let's makes it tinier, ironically. It's pretty small. How does it look, Levi? Size-wise. If I zoom in, it gets smaller for a bit. We can get there. And we want O man. So that's going to be O with Aleph. Man. So Aleph has a few functions already. It's in the middle of a word writing the full vowel A. At the beginning, it's standing for a 0 initial, and the subscript symbol there, the one written below, I mean, shows that it's O quality for the first syllable. Remember, we're reading right to left. Bam. Yeah, good.
Ban. Ban.
Sounds long, but it's the same as if it were a short right? Remember, the script is not, what I mean is the script is not indicating that it's a long vowel sound. It doesn't seem.
Bar.
Bar.
Men. Mama.
Okay, Not quite perfect there. Something else.
Man.
Man, that's a final N.
Bear.
Bear. So what I mean by final N, some of the letters, a handful, have special shape when they're word final. Right, so this long one, the extra long going below the line here, number 2, that's a final N. How does the regular N go? No, we'll see one before long, I suppose. Oh, you know, a good resource is Lexilogos with their many keyboards. So the N, the basic one, M, N. Yeah, looks like a bracket. And so just extending further instead of bouncing along the floor there. Like a dress hanging. When they're final, that's kind of a common theme. They're just allowed to hang downward. Some of them, not all. Ch also does that. Cuff. Okay, so they want Q to write ch. Okay, good. K. Small k would be down here for what I think of as Q. Okay. And then SH gives us shin. No. Might have to just type, oh, C. Okay. Wish I had a key for this city. And W for Tsade. So glad that's all there. Alright, we're looking for Ber.
Bear.
Balon.
Ballon.
Balon. Aber. Aman. Aber aman.
Ballon.
Balon. Aman. Mame. Aber.
Mama.
Mame. Audio's not all there. Image is missing. Well, it's kind of an incomplete list. They don't want to hear it.
Abalón, aber,
Apalon, aber.
mama. Aman, abalón,
Mama, aber. Mame, aber. So just like the alphabet of any European language, you got your vowel letters and you got your consonant letters, with the complication that the aleph stands for many things, a and o. And ooh, if we have word initial ooh, how's that gonna look? 4 letters change, good. Yeah, kaf. Noon hangs down. P, how is the P different? The final form? Okay, this. Oh, here we see it. Only for F in Yiddish, it looks like. Yeah, also hanging down and use in MAME. So that one, it's not a hang down, but the squaring off completely. A sealed square, whereas the non-final M, meme, is open there. That's much more curved. Okay, mama bear, mama a bear. Mama a bear. Well, am I just missing the exclamation? Yikes. Pretty nitpicky. Mama a balloon? This is not fun.
Mama. Ah. Ballon.
It's a bear. Okay.
Man.
No.
Mama. Ah.
Ballon.
There we go. Okay. No.
Mama. Bear.
Ma.
Ma.
Ma. Okay. Met right there.
Me.
N.
N.
The final N.
Eh.
Ah.
So a simple straight line beneath the aleph letter. The aleph is kind of an X-shaped one. Let's see. So top right, that's un, and we're looking for un. That's it.
An.
Here it is. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that. Ab, ab, ar, and al. Me.
Me.
Ah.
N.
Eh.
Looking for a. So
Ah.
these two in the corner, these two corners, they're all corners. The opposite ones here. Aleph with a simple line for a, and with this complex shape, the T-shaped mark, that's an o.
Ah.
Those, but the part they share, the major part of it that we call aleph, is the name of that letter.
Eh.
N has that,
N.
that long final noon form. Kaf, noon, pe, and main. There's got to be some good mnemonic phrase there. And what they have in common is its peripheral stops, but not the uvular. So not the central T series, but ka and pa, the voiceless ones, and the two nasal phonemes. Those have special forms to show that they're word final. Oh, am I going around the same circle? That's not what I came here to do. Cover more ground. Embarrassing. I'm going to avert my eyes from the tips. I want to work it all out.
Da.
Da, dalet letter.
Pa.
With the dot, it's a stop. Dot is a stop. In alphabetical order, yeah, okay, good point. Kaf, mem, nun, pe. So our order is still harmonious enough with Hebrew that they're in alphabetical order for us too. Still. Pool. Well, they're all pretty prototypical things. K, P, M, N. Pool is gonna have the dot because it's a. Oh my goodness.
Paul.
Hard to see that dot in that one there.
Din.
Din. And the speaker is perfectly covering it up. Speaker icon. Din. So not a long E that a yeah might suggest to me. Din.
Ash.
Gil is gonna be down there.
Dil.
Shut. I don't like English so far. Well, it's closely related, isn't it? Few in our family, we don't get too much close. Although this is this one has a High German dialect because it's got the sound shift, so it's very close to Standard German. But that too is quite close to English. There's a lot of overlap. And it said in the intro,
No.
learning the Hungarian variety of Yiddish. Hungarian pronunciation. Okay, no.
Az.
So, ni, what does that tell me? No.
Ni.
Why is it written with a vav?
Schluffen.
Schluffen. Okay, spelled with that same O letter, but here transliterated U.
Schluffen.
Schluffen could be an the hoof-shaped one. And it occurred to me, why don't I just pull up an IPA chart? Let's get a good vowel chart like this. Okay. So, I'm hearing in this schluffen,
Schluffen.
I think means sleep, either an or it could be an O to me still. Schluffen.
E.
Written with that same O symbol though. E. D. Oh, is it do becoming D? Is that the
D.
spelling? Fa is written with
Fa.
E. Alt.
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 Af.
Af.
In.
In. Af.
Af.
Idea. Oh my goodness. Scandalous. E. Okay, to write. Looks like we're going to put an aleph there too. To show the word doesn't start with y, but with e. That as a vowel. It's a zero consonant in effect here. The aleph letter. Ideal. Ideal.
Ideal.
In. Is.
Is. In. Oh yeah.
Il.
There too.
In.
It's 3 letters to write in.
Rip.
Rip.
Alter.
Alter. Could mean an old person, male, or it could mean the age, abstract noun.
Fish.
Fish.
Lip.
Lip. A fish. A pyramid. A zebra. Zebra. A zebra. A dolphin. A pyramid.
A zebra in Madrid.
A zebra in Madrid. Close enough to English for you. Very same spelling in both languages. No, except it's zebra with a final E. Mom is in a pyramid. Mama. I think maybe it's a schwa here in these word final cases. Mama is, I guess. Not is. Is. 3 letters with initial aleph. So a good way to type. Oh, not that though. Okay, this is an unlettered aleph. Just a blank aleph. Is in. How do I get it? That's a bummer. Okay, Z for Z, sh, type J. Oh, J, 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 DJ, ch. And I would like to know, Levi, can you find another way to get this blank, undiacritic aleph here by typing instead of by having to reach down there? A pyramid. In is in a pyramid. Mama is in a pyramid. Mama is in a pyramid. Wrong M form. That's a bummer. Mama
Mama
is
is in
where you are.
London.
London. Mama is in London. Mama
Mama is in a pyramid.
pyramid. So hard to hide what you're saying with certain sentences from English speakers. These differ in very few details. The final D in pyramid, I hear D voiced here. So it sounds like a T. Alright, for comparison now, let's do a bit of standard German. Just a short stretch. But any particular questions been on your mind about German, Levi? Anything you've been wondering?
Das Buch, die Milch,
Die Bücher.
Thing I feel is worth emphasizing is that don't think of the plural nouns just because they happen to have this form D as becoming feminine. They're still neuter nouns. It's just that all the feminine forms of the article look alike. It's kind of like the el agua situation in Spanish. El looks like the standard masculine article, but it's still feminine. It's agreeing with the feminine noun. The book, in my personal view.
Die Bücher.
der Apfel,
Das Buch. Wir lesen.
We read.
wir lesen das Buch. Wir lesen das Buch. Die Männer und die Frauen lesen.
Die Männer, the plural is shown
Männer,
in analogous way in German as it is in English, but this vowel change, German also adds a suffix. So singular Mann, M-A-N-N, not this
Männer.
one, and then plural Männer. The mutated vowel. Und die Frauen, and the women. Lesen. This word Frau, I don't know of an English related form to it, but it comes from the feminine form of a word for like Lord.
Ich lese.
It's the lady in a noble sense. Ich lese. Originally, and then it means any adult human female. Ich lese is I read. Lesen. I always kind of thought it was related to legere of Latin, but I don't think that now that I question that belief. Just happens to start with L-N-E. They read a newspaper.
sie lesen.
This verb, lesen, is agreeing by choosing this suffix and not any other. It's agreeing with its subject pronoun, meaning they, sie lesen. It's never going to be another form if the plural is they. If the subject, rather, is this plural word they. So the form is plural, but sie can also be used referring to a single person if it's a respectful form. Sie lesen
Eine Zeitung.
Zeitung. Looks in form just like our word tidings. German at the moment. Cannot figure out how to keyboard a blank Aleph. Well, thank you for checking. Yeah. I'm reading a book. She's reading a newspaper. Ich
lese. Ein Buch.
Okay, that's the first one. Buch is neuter. We have to just memorize that fact, and that's reflected here in the absence of an ending on the ein, meaning one or a. She's reading a newspaper. Sie
Liest.
Look at the stem change of the verb. It's the same word, same verb, reading, to read, but for the you and the he, she, it forms, we change the a sound, we replace it with e in this verb spelled this way. Sie liest. And if that seems just totally alien and unimaginable, think of what our verb do does in the simple present. I do, you do, he does, she does. So oo and alternating. Here, just replace adjusting a vowel. They're just one step apart in the mouth. Lese, I, liest. Sie liest eine Zeitung.
Eine Zeitung.
Maybe a 0 would do it. That'd be cool. No, probably need that. It's kind of what the sign is, though. Alright, just not possible to see all the word, which is met shit. We know it's got to be that one because the others are just one syllable. So that initial letter, okay, is a meme. Not M-E-M-E, but the letter name, the M letter. E, T, the emphatic letter of Hebrew. Sh, E, T, metchet. Which is not from the German root of the language, so I don't recognize this one. Do you know it, Levi?
M.
Shit. By the way, the name of the language, Yiddish, do you know what it comes from? Starting with J. LG name comes from... Think about this language name. It's from a German form. Okay, and here I want to know... What was it? Oops. It escapes me. It's metchet. Yeah, this word. Thank you. Thank you, Duo. What's it mean? And it's not Metz with those two as a single sound, but sh in the second syllable. Those are written with two letters in our writing system, but it's a single sound in both English and Yiddish. And it's written with the emphatic.
Ga.
In both cases.
Ein.
Okay, so they use the double yud for the consonant. Ein. I've seen that around, yeah. So it looks like the Hebrew word yain with an aleph added to the front. Yain meaning wine. This is probably the full form of the numeral, not the article. Jüdisch, exactly. Standard German. UE means U umlaut with the two dots on top. And that is the ish suffix derivative of Jude, masculine noun. So the stem there, like from the country name, Judea. Not Idea. So in the Latin alphabet, was it Aya, like that? Judaya. So this change is called umlaut. It's triggered by the I in the second syllable. And we've seen it. Have we seen it yet in Yiddish? It'll be there. We've seen umlaut yet. Schnei, the verb of snowing. It's gonna have
Schnei.
Okay, so fascinatingly, the ah part of the I diphthong is not written. Just looks like it would be schnee or something. Schnei. Get.
Get.
Oh, okay, get. It's coming from older gut, written with a v or u letter in the middle there. Get, but now get. Let's hear it again.
Met. Get.
So High German gut. This vowel has fronted in Yiddish. And I should say it's just for this dialect that we're learning. Many dialects of Yiddish, they'll all have a slightly different picture with the vowels. So I'm learning a bunch. tempted to skip the letters bit, but that's just too much I haven't really seen before that I need to be told. I need to be shown.
Ha.
Ha.
Ja.
Okay. Z is modifying the sh. Two letters here of Yiddish, but a single consonant. J, the voiced one that you have, is very frequent in Hungarian. J. So we can't really do that with Roman script. Capture this. Well, we could do it if we had a Z and then a single modified S, or the long S, I guess, for sh. But it writes not a sequence of consonants, a single one. You're kidding me. You're killing me with this. So we want the ones for pijama. Okay, pajama will be pajamas. It's gonna have Zine. Oh, maybe J. Pijama. I think
Pijama.
Pijama. This one.
Sort. Nan.
What's going up with it? Written as if it were 9. Here the diphthong maybe is leveled, or 9.
Nan.
It's kind of a Texan sounding shift. ZSH, right. And if you take away the H, ZS is how Hungarian spells it. The voiced post-alveolar. Aher. Do I have an H?
Aher.
Aher.
Nan.
Nice little smiley face. When you look at this non-printed. Bristle. But it's
Bristle.
the emphatic S letter. The scene is never used. It's always just a sheen. So plain S. And for the T letter, right, this T we haven't yet seen. The preferred T is the emphatic letter. Oh, and this one, I think, that's how you get Shabbos. Right. In European varieties, communities using using Hebrew as a liturgical language, this plain T, and as opposed to the emphatic, often shifted to S. So Shabbos for older Shabbat. So that's why the simple T of Hebrew is a S variant here, and here spelled with T. So think of that Korean allophony, ST alternation, depending where it is in a syllable, different distribution here.
Zemer.
The room word, I think.
Vaza.
Okay, so the double vav for a true consonant rather than a vowel letter. Va. So this part writes va, and then ze, vaze. Sima. Tse.
Zemer.
Simer.
Lax.
Sim.
Rajer.
Ra. D. Z. Sh. Rajer. Kestel. Kestel. Huh.
Kestel.
And the plain K of Hebrew. I wonder how that'll be. Ch was one outcome in Hebrew if it was a single consonant between vowels. Kestel. But the Q was always a stop. Ch, K. Va is going to be
Va.
Josh. Josh. D.
Josh.
I wish you told us what these words mean. That sure would be cool.
Faram.
Fix.
Fix for the fox, I think. Fix. Kasa.
Fix.
Jazz. Gold.
J. D, Z, sh, ez.
Jazz.
Park.
Park. Avok. Okay. Get out my binoculars to read these cards. No, avocado. Avocado. That's
Avocado.
avocado. Not what we want.
Avocado.
Not a fuck.
Avocado.
Listen to him, thank goodness. A tiger. A camel. A camel. A camel, rather. A camel. A giraffe. A giraffe. Tiger. A tigre. A fix. A park. A camel. A fix.
A wolf in a pyramid.
Wolf in a pyramid. You know the German for pyramid, Levi? A park. And Levi says, episode because it's new. Yeah, it's a bug. Compare the Hebrew word for camel, which is gimel, right? A camel. Camel. A camel. Wolf, probably. Wolf. A farm. A fix. A tiger. A farm.
A camel in Madrid.
Camel in a hotel.
A camel in a
Hotel.
hotel.
A giraffe in a pyramid.
A.
Giraffe. Giraffe.
Giraffe.
In. A.
Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Yeah, I think it may be, the reason I asked about the German for pyramid, I think it may be relevant to where the stress is in the Yiddish word. So, pyramid. I'm going to put brackets to show it sounds like a T. In German, standard German, which we also call High German, that's just geographically high, not as in prestige. It's Pyramide. Mide. So you got this open syllable here. That's going to be the stressed one. Pyramide. And here too, it's pyramid. And I'm wondering if it's a regular thing. This is not a German word, of course, originally. It comes from Greek. And I wonder if... So, the stress of the Yiddish is connected to this, is my point. Let's keep an eye on it. If you spot any more that are germane to this point, please let me know. Any more words? It could be that this pyramid did not come in to Yiddish the same path that it came into German. It could have come in later. It could have come in later. And let's do a bit of Hebrew upon request. I can update this. We did German already. There is, yeah, it was Ken, right? For there is not. Oh, we'll see it here.
יש לך ספר.
Yes, there is. Lecha, to you, you have. Sefer, a book.
יש לך ספר.
Yesh lecha sefer. So here's the old verb initial word order, preserved in this construction, right? There is to you maybe not. Maybe it's an accident because there just is no subject. Well, sefer, the subject, the thing that exists, is moved to the end. So there exists seems like a verb, but is it really? Does it take morphology? It's only going to be third person probably.
יש לו חלב ולחם.
Yesh lo. This is not the negative lo. Yesh lo chalav velechem. Lo means to him. Yeah, okay, so o for he. Sorry, who rather. And lo. There is unto him lechem ve. No, chalav velechem. He has chalav, milk and bread.
אין לה ילדים.
En la. To her, she. And here it's the negative en, not can. En. There is not to her yeladim. She does not have children.
יש לך ילדים?
Yesh lach. Yesh lach yeladim. I think a masculine addressee. Do you have and plural children?
יש לך אהבה.
Yesh lach. You have.
יש לך אהבה.
What's that? Lach will look like that, right? No. The double point canceling, right?
יש לך אהבה.
Ahava. Love, yeah, ohevet and ahava.
אין לי תפוח.
In li, there is to her, she has. Wait. In li, oh, I have. That's why the verb doesn't match. Here's that agreement we were talking of a while ago. Here we have it in English. We can't say I has in standard English. It's got to be have. In li, tapuach, an apple. N, not yesh. Important difference. This one is just in a single word negative meaning. There's no separate negator word.
יש לזה אגוז יפה.
So there is in this case leze. They, it. Okay, leze. For the le, it's quite similar to the Swahili thing. It's an L stem with agreement suffixes. Oh, that's just a class marker. Never mind. In like Gina Lango means my name. Gina Langu, rather. The L is an agreement prefix. Never mind. Just a superficial similarity. Yesh lezet. It has goes not yefe. Yefe.
יש לזה אגוז יפה.
Goes yafe. Yesh leze. Goes.
יש לזה אגוז יפה.
What's up with this word? Why is there not an extra syllable there?
יש לזה אגוז יפה.
Leze. Okay. It goes.
יש לזה אגוז יפה.
It's hard to hear after leze. It has a beautiful nut.
אין לך משאית?
In lecha. Do you not have masait?
אין לך משאית?
Don't you have masait? A truck? Masait. Okay, the colon shape diacritic makes the vowel not sound is named shva. Yes, and do you remember Will? He asked me the other day an excellent question. Where does this word shwa come from? And the dictionary said it meant zero. It was a Hebrew word meaning zero. So a nothing that is actually a thing.
אין לו תפוח.
Zero you can pronounce. En Lo, that means he has, there is to him. He does not have because it's negative. He doesn't. She. In,
אין לו תפוח.
she. He does not have. Tapuach.
אין לי תפוח.
In the. I do not have an apple. Phonetics? Well, gotta be something, eh? I think they nailed it, whoever thought of that. But I want to spend the most time on Yiddish. I've got a lot of letters to get through. So we can start learning some words here. But then we've got a checkpoint coming up. Not too much further. 5 more little legs.
80.
Okay, the Ken letter. Now says a ch, and then sig. 80.
80.
80.
80.
Very nice. It's fun to see these words that I know in a totally different visual form.
Yiddish.
So, double letter for the consonant y, d, I, sh. And this dot must be marking I. So it's a small yud letter.
Yiddish.
So, Yiddish.
Yiddish. Marz. Marz. Marz.
Cha. Must be
Cha.
pairs. Okay, Marz, gonna start there.
Marz.
Acht.
8.
Die.
Die. Die.
Yiddish is this.
Yiddish.
80.
80.
Atz. It's gonna have that
Atz.
final form. Looks like Y chromosome, X chromosome there. Atz. I wonder if that's a meaningful word or just nonsense. A lot of them are just to show a syllable rather than to be a word. But 80 is the word for 80.
Ich.
Word I.
Azoi.
Okay. Oiven. Oh. Whew. I wish I'd seen it first. I'd love to know what that is. Oi.
Oiven.
There we go. Oh, we can hear it.
E.
That's cool. Looks like Korean all letter. E. So what this would have been, I think, is U. This is probably depicting the or representing the umlaut because it's well, that's just a guess. But what would happen? Maybe tucha, right? Cloths might be ticha, ticha. E. Indeed.
E.
Ich is gonna have that aleph and that final K.
Ich.
E.
Yiddish.
Yiddish.
Eugen, I think is Augen.
Eugen.
Eyes.
Eugen.
Open, I don't know. Ich.
Ir.
There it is.
Ich.
Good distractors. Same basic shape for the letter. Eugen. Or it could be the name Eugene, I suppose. Eugen.
Yiddish.
V. That's cool.
Wie.
Ich.
Ich.
E.
Eugen. So it's Eugen.
Eugen.
Eugen. Oh, speaking of making that upside down E for schwa, you know what that reminds me of? So, if you're new to phonetic symbols, what we're talking about is we use this upside down, this flipped over letter E to represent the sound of the word when it's unstressed. A boat or something. That first vowel sound, this is the symbol we use, and we get it from just rotating an E. Now if you think of how Korean vowels go, there's a series of them. What I'm going to say that we did to get schwa from E is we did the same thing that the creators of the Hangul script did. Let me show you what I mean. to me, it seems logical that there's a series going from the most open vowel, a, stepwise up with, progressively closer mouth, and then the tongue goes forward. And those are the basic vowels, and it's this order: a, o, u, e. Those are the basic values. They combine. Everything else is a combination of these. And the way you derive one from the one before is some sort of rotation. So those circle symbols, that's showing a zero consonant. But the way you get from the ah there to the aw is you just flip it. And here, from aw to o, you knock it down. Rotate 90 degrees. And then to get from o to get your oo symbol, flip that part. And so on. Just a single step modification in each case. So that's how you get these two related. It's good, convenient, elegant thinking.
Brood.
Okay, here, brood. So oi corresponds to the long o of standard German.
18.
What's that? Right. It's going to have a T, it's going to have a B, U, E, T. There.
Brood. Yiddish.
Yiddish.
Katz.
Yiddish.
Yiddish.
Katz. K with the Q letter. Katz. There it is.
Katz.
Kind of cat-like looking. Feeling looking. 18.
18.
Oh, it could be the number 18, huh? No. Okay, X for that eighth letter, though. 18. KH. What can I get? Oh, just K. H. Capital KH. 18. Sade. Oh, W, yeah. 18. Achtzehn in Old High German means 18. So, syncope there. 18. It's still a long vowel in High German. And that second one is just completely dropped out of this word. How cool.
Professor. Zwischen.
V with the double, okay. And a single yud because it's a vowel. Zwischen. Starts to look like Georgian or something with these clusters. Zwischen. Wischel, zwischen.
Zwischen. Insel. Architekt.
Levi, in the part that you did of the course, was it having this font size problem? Architekt.
Architekt. Architekt. Architekt. Glitch.
Glitch indeed. Rather glitchy.
Water.
Vater. Rice. Reis. Or would it be Raz?
Raz.
Raz. So, from the spelling, it should be vine. And it's like a blurring of the Hebrew word for yain. Quite fittingly. But I'm going to suspect it's pronounced van now.
Van.
Van. So it's leveling up that diphthong. Did not on mobile, so that's different. Okay.
A guerrilla in Madrid.
Dollar.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza för en giraff. Pizza för en giraff.
Fora. Pizza. Fara giraffe. With an initial
Giraff.
fricative, which is voiced.
Pizza för en giraff.
Wine for a giraffe. Van.
Raz.
Far.
Far.
Giraffe.
Giraff.
Oh boy. What did I? Oh. Missed the first word there. A park for a cat.
A.
Park. Can I have the final cue?
Park. Far. A.
Katt.
Park för a katt. Van för a giraff.
Van.
Far.
Far. A.
Giraff.
Giraff.
Kind of want to revisit. Finish.
Aino. Aino.
Sorry, anteeksi.
Anteeksi, Aino. Väinö. Väinö.
Aino, sinä olet mukava.
Aino. Sinä. Olet. Mukava. Mukava. Mukava.
Excuse me, anteeksi. Kuka sinä olet?
Anteeksi, kuka sinä olet?
The word order is who you are. Aino, sinä olet agrees with the pronoun I. Olet mukava. Where's the wine contains the Hebrew word. Yeah, exactly. It looks like if you're staring at that Hebrew word yain for too long and it starts to blur, it'll look like van. So I-I-N gets it. Or what if we do the? So J, we don't want J gets that combo. That's right. Van, I would just do. No. There we go. Here's the Hebrew yain, and here's Yiddish van. By the way, Levi, do you know this word? This German word? Wahnsinn. Oh boy, here's the paradox. There, good, I got it. What is Wahnsinn? Checkpoint. Awesome.
Broit.
Oh man. Oh.
Fe.
Schwert. Schwert, probably. Schwert.
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 Jazz.
That's alright. It's fine. Well, it's easier not to know a word than it is to know one. Wahnsinn means insanity.
Jazz.
Listen.
Avocado. 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 Avonado. Avocado.
Beer.
Beer. Naan.
Naan.
Mom, a man. Mama, a man.
Mama. Ah. Man.
Mama is in a park.
Hello. Hi.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you.
Sehr gesinnt, London.
Za for Zai. Gesinnt, be healthy. Za gesinnt.
Sehr gesinnt, London.
That makes more sense than hello for Za gesinnt. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem.
Sehr gesinnt, Mädel.
Za gesinnt. Mädel.
Ich bin Cyril.
Bin Cyril. Ich bin.
Ich bin Cyril.
Cyril. So long E here.
Ich bin.
Short I in this one, spelled with the same letter. Just like any Germanic language, essentially. Match the pairs. Yiddish.
Yiddish.
Ja.
Ja. E.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom. Okay, and a hyphen. Aleikum.
Zimmer.
Shalom Aleichem. Ich bin Alter.
Ich bin Alter. That's cool. A name. I am Alter.
Shalom Aleichem. Ich bin Mendel.
Ich
Bin
bin
Mendel. Sehr gesinnt.
Sehr gesinnt, London.
Does coda L sound like O? Okay. Oh, I hadn't noticed. Any particular word? Frei. For Frau?
Frau.
Frau. Okay. Why is there a yud in the spelling?
Wann?
Van. Ras.
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 Frau.
Frau.
Nein.
Okay, maybe leveling a bit diphthong too, if no consonant followed. Nine.
Nein.
Ja.
Yeah.
Ich bin a fish.
So even though it's a consonant yeah, just a single yud there.
Ich.
Bin a fish. Love it.
Nein. Ich bin a Frau.
Nine.
Nein.
Ich
Ich
bin
bin
a
a.
Frau. No sound. I'm a woman.
Shalom Aleichem. Ich bin die Frau.
Frau. I am the woman. Shalom Aleichem. Hello. Ich bin die Frau.
Shalom Aleichem. Ich bin die Frau.
Frau.
Ja. Nein. Die.
Frau.
The woman. Die Frau. Ja, ich bin Sender. Ja,
Ja.
ich
Ich
bin
bin
Sender.
Sender.
Oh, this might be Alexander. Might be that name. So his name's Okay, yeah. Good eye, good ear, good perception. Let me take a listen if that middle or any others come up. Middle. So kind of a velarized quality, ol, which probably happens South German too. Like Bavarian has very dark L there. That diminutive suffix. Mama.
Mama.
A katz. A gorilla.
Mama.
Gorilla.
Wer bin ich?
Wer? Who am I? And also that typical Germanic inversion in a question. Wer bin ich? With the subject here following the verb. Who am I? In both these languages. English and Yiddish.
Ja en nein.
I didn't see in Finnish there. Ja, in, nein. In spelled un.
Ja en nein.
Yes, and no. So the spelling is more archaic than the vowel sounds in this dialect.
Die Tochter.
Tochter, the daughter.
Dan wann?
Dan van, your wife.
En dus is mijn dochter.
In dus.
En dus is mijn dochter.
Dus, that's interesting that it's u. And this is man for my. Then toche.
Dochter.
So sometimes that would be a lot of consonants together.
Dochter.
I don't hear an eh, but it's written with the ein letter. Reflexive, yeah. Yeah, I probably won't get there tonight, but might devote some time over the coming streams to cover a lot of ground in Yiddish.
Dus is da Mama.
But there's just so much to do in there.
Dus is da Mama. Dus
is
is
dan
mama.
mama. And who is your mother? En.
En.
Wer.
Wer.
Wer is
dan
mama.
mama.
So no overt feminine agreement suffix there on dein, dan. And dus is man tochter. And
En.
dus.
Dus.
Okay, dos and older is from the spelling. Dus raised for das in standard German. Man. What we need is
man.
Tochter.
Dochter.
Die Kotz.
Wab. Vrouw.
Vab, related to our word wife. And it's also got that smiley face, leveled diphthong.
Wab.
Die Katz. Die.
Katz.
Is dus Sender oder Yossi?
Yossi. Yossi is pretty cool looking name there. Is dus with inversion. Is this Sender oder Yossi?
Ein Mama, ein Tochter.
Mama, ein Tochter.
Ein Mama, ein Tochter.
Tochter.
Ist das nicht mein Tochter?
Ist das nicht spelled with a sh.
Ist das nicht mein Tochter?
Mein Tochter.
Ich bin nicht kein Mama.
Ich bin nicht kein Mama. Not a mama. Mother. I am not a mother. So-called double negation, but it was actually more common in the old Germanic languages that you'd have redundant negative marking, or like harmonic negation marking. Old English had it, Old High German did some really weird stuff with negatives that I don't begin to understand. Old High German, I think. What? No. Vos will be
Was.
Nan.
Nein.
Nein. Was bin ich? Was bin ich? So, w.
Was.
Bin. Ich.
Was bin ich? Right. Was that in the Hebrew lesson? That name Yossi? Oh, good. 5th rank. Vin is there. The rose. Die Rose. Die Bloom. Or Blim, maybe. Blim.
Green. Green.
Die Bloom. Okay, that bloom would fit well with this pyramid. Die Blume had a final syllable. Meh. But not Yiddish. So this would be an organic one. This is a really old Germanic word related to others in Indo-European.
The Blim is ganz right.
Die Blim. Okay, Bloom, Blim. Die Blim is ganz.
Blim. Blim.
So I'm gonna try to remember every time I input a right to left script, give it some brackets to fall into so you can easily go before and after it without your cursor getting lost.
The Blim is ganz right.
Ganz right is quite red. The flower, the Blim, is quite red. It was in Hebrew. Okay, Yossi. Thank you for reminding me.
Green.
Ganz green. Quite green.
Dan guitar is also right.
Dan guitar is
Azoi.
Azoi. How cool. Azoi. Right.
Dan guitar is also right.
Azoi right. Not and. Your guitar is quite red. It's so red. Not ganz. Dan
guitar is also right.
guitar is Azoi right.
A giraffe in London.
A giraffe in London.
And those do is my guitar.
And dos do, okay, that there is mein guitar.
Is. And those do is my guitar.
This here is my guitar.
Do is a guitar.
Do
Do
is
is a
guitar.
guitar.
Here is do is a guitar.
Do is a guitar.
Good question. What German word is Azoi? Any guesses? I have a strong suspicion that it's this one. But let me give you a few minutes. We're thinking about this word Azoi, meaning so. German what? Azoi. Let me type that. I think it was just Azoi. So I'm typing it with OI for the diphthong. My suspicion, I'll just tell you, well, no, I'll give you some time. I've written it down so we can recall what word. Okay, here's that issue that loss of direction. Doesn't exist. But I'll tell you what I think. Right.
Right.
It's a alveolar or dental trill in this dialect, rather than a uvular, which I'm used to doing when I speak a High Germanic language.
Va. Va.
Step there. Audio. Well, my answer should not be accepted. I love that. I got it right, but I wish I had. I guess that would be appropriate. I just usually don't check after Greenie. The house. Dos hoys.
Va.
It's like it's back formed from the plural. Is it just zo can be the zo in the middle? Is it just so can be? I don't quite understand what you mean there. A punctuate might help.
Wie sprinze?
Good spelling for V. 3 straight lines and a dot. V is sprinze. I would say how.
V.
V from wo. Yeah, where is sprinze? Okay, let me jog you a little bit. I think the Old English cognate of this would be eher zwar. So what might that be in modern German? Eher zwar. Right, let me look it up. I've got thought I did. For a while I had an Old English dictionary there. It's moved. The garden. Der Garten. TN at the end there.
Blow.
Blow. So it seems to be spelled the same as the oi diphthong. Also, that's right. So in Luther's Bible translation, John 3:16, also hat Gott die Welt geliebt. So it's a little bit archaic sounding now to my modern German ears. We might use a word like dermaßen to that degree. That's the meaning. It was also. Oh, look at that. I'm writing Korean. Suddenly, how nice. I didn't realize that was here. Language preferences. Ooh, dare I? Now's not the time. But let's use English for a bit. Oh, so ALSO looks like that. Mine. Also. This one is voiced just like the Yiddish. Z. So it's lost the L coda. Er zwar. This is a compound of the parts that we have in all and so. Azoi. Oops, should choose the right one here. The room.
Va.
Der Zimmer. Look at that, it's become a masculine. German has das Zimmer. I do misremember things sometimes. There is a page named Zimmer. Now, neuter, das Zimmer. Hier der Zimmer. Der Zimmer.
Der Zimmer ist dein Zimmer.
Der Zimmer ist dein Zimmer. The room is your room.
Das Haus ist du.
Das Haus.
Das Haus ist du.
Haus ist do. The house is there, here. Interesting that the D form for the here meaning proximal.
Und was ist dort?
In was is dort?
Und was ist dort?
And what is
Is dort.
there?
Ist dein Gitarre blau oder rot?
Ist dein Gitarre blau oder rot? Is thy guitar blue or red? Der Garten, der Zimmer.
Hose.
Hose for house. Der, okay. This is Waschzimmer, the washroom. Der Tisch. Der Computer. Hose.
Hose.
Broin.
Braun.
Broin. Ta.
Ta.
Hose.
Hose.
Yiddish.
Water.
Mama.
Man hose.
Man. Hose.
Hot.
Hot.
A garden.
Gurten.
Gurken. Man hose hat a Gurken. I'm pretty well. How you doing, Calgary? Although my name is not Ian or Lan. The flower is not. So we're doing this Yiddish course, which has just come out today. Die Bloem.
De.
It's going to be Bleem. De Bleem.
Blim.
Blim. That's that missing one. I'd love to hear the rest of that word. Is Khan, maybe, is not a problem.
Is.
Is nicht kein Problem.
Nicht. Kein Problem.
It is not no problem. Where do they speak Yiddish? Worldwide. The dialect that we're learning here is based on what was spoken in Hungary. Good notes on iPad. Well, I don't use the iPad to stream Good Notes. Is that the one that comes installed? That's just Notes. No, I have not tried Good Notes. You recommend? So, large Yiddish populations in the US and Canada and Israel these days. Those are the big ones that I know of. Let's look it up. Good question. So it originates in medieval Germany. It's not a dialect of Hungarian, no. Hungarian is not related. Yiddish is basically an offshoot of medieval High German. It's really, really close. If you know any German or even Dutch, it's quite easy to understand Yiddish. Let's see, do we have a map of the Yiddish-speaking world? World Mapper. What? Give me the key, yes. Okay, we're labeling consonants. This is not quite what I want. Levi, could you do me a solid and find us a good map of where Yiddish is used? Why do you learn it? Because it's there. Why a mountain climber climbs a mountain? I'm interested in languages that I can easily approach, and I'm interested in languages that are difficult to approach. I want to learn them all. I'll prove it. Every course that is taught through English, we've now started here. Some have made a bit of progress, and I've even done English through German on request. but it's not a priority for me, really. And Catalan, Guarani are taught through Spanish. We've started those now, too. Hiccup there.
Bet.
I do live in the United States also. There are corners where Yiddish is widely used. I might be passing through Yiddish-speaking places at some point. I could do it without crossing any borders. The chair. Okay, feminine to sofa. Sofa. But we want, no, that's the sofa probably. Der, das das Binkel. Das Binkel. How nice. Wonderful. Thank you, Levi. Okay. Site uses advanced. Will be disabled in the future. Proceed unsafe. Okay. All right. So Europe, in the broadest sense, from the British Isles over to the Urals, and then Israel and Canada, U.S. are the big countries there. It's most heavily concentrated in Eastern Europe, in Israel, and in New York City. Bet.
Bet.
I like studying whole families of languages. There's just infinite fascination in seeing what each branch of a language did with the same starting material. And we have that here. I know well German and English, closely related ones. Grew up speaking Dutch when I was a little kid. Forgot most of it, but I'm getting back into it now. I'm also learning on Duolingo Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish. I hope they have an Icelandic one too. Curious about that. But anyway, you start to see patterns through time on a very large scale when you take in multiple languages like that. Like I say, it's just endlessly fascinating. What else would I be doing with my time on Earth, really? So now we can add a new prominent member to the mix with Yiddish. And each language does its own thing. What they have in common is fascinating to me and beautiful, and what they don't have in common is also fascinating. Der Telefon. Since that's a recently created word, as a different. That's all right. Not your fault, I don't think. Different gender is to be expected. These don't go back to the stage when German and Yiddish were a single speech community. This comes about later. Das Telefon in standard German. The sofa. Die Sofa. Is masculine for us. Der Sofa. Sofa, so gut. Come on. No. Why is it needs a capital S for German? And it is neuter. Das Sofa. Das Sofa.
Hose.
Fish.
Fish.
Bet.
Bet.
Jazz.
Jazz. Glitch.
Das Licht. My bed has a problem. Man bet.
Man. Bet.
Hot.
Hot.
Problem.
Probleem.
Problem. long A. The table is brown. Der Tisch ist braun. Der
Der
Tisch
Tisch.
is
is
braun.
Braun.
Das Bett
das
Bet.
is blue.
is
Blow.
Blow.
Blow. In.
in
Is it das Sofa? I forget. Die Sofa.
die
Sofa.
Sofa is right.
is
Roit.
Oh. What is going on? So, oh. The old chat is gone. Sorry if I missed any messages. Maybe over here. Yeah, looks like I didn't miss anything unless everything is messed up now, which I hope not.
אין לכם חלב?
In lachem,
אין לכם חלב?
is there not? Lachem, that's going to be a plural. Do we, don't you have chalav?
אין לכם חלב? אין לכם חלב?
Lachem,
אין להם כלב.
in lahem, kelev. Lahem, they have, there is to them a dog.
יש לנו מיץ טעים.
Don't have, it was a negative.
יש לנו מיץ טעים.
Ish lenu, we have meats. Tasty juice. Tasty good.
האם ליונה יש מים?
Ha'im le
האם ליונה יש מים?
yesh. Okay, we see a question. Hey Levi, if you can see me, could you send me a message? It's deleted my chat here.
האם ליונה יש מים?
Feel all alone. So Ha'im Leona, does the dove have water? Pigeon. Same thing in German too, die Taube. Have wine. Okay, I think I'm going to have to call it a night soon. Brain is failing. Mix up lechem and chalav. Yeah. Leche means milk. Oh no, now you're going to infect me too. For chalav, I think of Greek, ancient Greek, gala means milk.
יש לכן כלב.
Yesh lechen, that's you plural, I think, right? It's lechen. Yesh lechen kalav. You have. That's Arabic kelb for the dog. Kalav.
יש לכן כלב.
Kilev.
האם ליונה יש מים?
Im leyona yesh. So this word order is really fascinating. Im. This could be a verb underlying it. Leyona. And then this existential comes. As for the dove, and then a small sentence. Is there water? An embedded sentence.
האם ליונה יש מים?
Does the pigeon have water?
אין להן.
In lahen. And there is not. They do not have. Not a stellar English sentence, but oh well.
יש להם כלב רע.
Him, this one is they. There is unto them kelev ra, bad kelev, bad dog. They have bad dog.
סליחה, יש לכם ספר?
סליחה. יש לכם. Do they, you. Lechem. Sefer, do you have a book? Excuse me, you? Do you have a book?
אין להם כלב.
There is not lehem to them a dog. They don't have a dog.
יש לנו מיץ טעים.
יש לנו meats taim. We have delicious meats. Meats juice. Juice meats. Sefer from kitab. Yeah, different root. I think, well, let's see. I think the words cipher and zero come from the Arabic cognate of sefer, referring to written signs. Let's just check on that. I know cipher and zero are related. Sifr in Arabic. Cipher with an I. Sifr, the emphatic one. From the root safara. The empty, not that one. Oh, emptiness because zero. Zero because empty. Yellow. Grass money. Jaundice. Huh. Well, let's look up the Hebrew word. Sefer. I can just go to my Yiddish keyboard. S-F-R. I'll type a P. F. You just get the plain sign. Safara. Hebrew does have a cognate to kitab, kethuvim, biblical Hebrew for writings. Alright, sipra, sefer, book or writings. So, okay, here it was. Aramaic, sipra for book. Sipa. And then here, that T-shaped one is for ah. And even a Paleo Hebrew spelling. It's rare that we're blessed with that. So that's the sapara. Sapar, barber. Safar, to count. So, maybe not connected to cipher and zero, but a writing word. Yesh lenu.
יש לנו מיץ טעים.
We have tasty juice. Ta'im. Hu kotev, he is writing. Word for number, and it has that word in it. But you can also say hu kotev.
האם ליונה יש מים?
Im, is it the case? Leona yesh maim. Does the pigeon have water? Okay, I think I'll end it there tonight. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.